Potato Cat, welcome to my channel. Today we are playing The Letter. Previously, we got into a car with Zach. We figured out he's some sort of detective. I don't know if it's private or police. He's in the middle of some big case. He seems to have a thing for us, I think. Us as in Isabella. And, we're going to Zach, and this guy, his movie premiere, because I guess he's some indie filmmaker. And Becca showed up and she started squishing her face, acting all jealous, and then they found the letter. And now we're being called crazy, and then we're fighting, and now Zach is saying something, and that is where we left off. Alright, let's continue.
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home, and hearing him take on that tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out from the argument immediately die on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her.
Oh, thank you, Zach.
And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together?
Yeah, it's supposed to be about Zach.
We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
Oh, he has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca too. I'm pretty sure that's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up, or Ash's and Becca's acquiescing gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. I should have just kept it to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Careless. So careless. Maybe leaving is the better decision for all of us. Stay for the movie, go home. No. We're gonna stay for Zach. Relationship status updated. New. Okay, so we lose Rebecca, but, you know, screw Rebecca. Zachary went up and Ashton went up. Any other day, I'd excuse myself and go straight home. But this is something special to Zach, something he's worked so hard to bring to life. I should know better. I might be having a bad day, but being with a few people I care about far outweighs the idea of spending the rest of the day throwing a tantrum alone in my room. And what the thing in the attic follows me home? I don't want to be left with my thoughts either. I can still see it whenever I close my eyes. And maybe if I stay, let our heads cool down first before telling them what happened, they'll listen to me? There's nothing you can't solve with a calm head. One step at a time, Isabella. That's what Mama used to tell me. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zach. A smile is back on my face when I look back at them.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
Who, me or Zach? Who got punched? I mean, who punched him? This time I really do send an elbow straight to his stomach. Stupid Ash being vertically challenged being vertically challenged has its perks too. That is very true.
What was that for?
Being a dick.
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one!
Aw, don't cry.
He's back to being Ashhole.
Stop it!
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too! If you repeat that, I swear I'll... Let's just go.
Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call after her. Ash and I exchange looks at the same time. Oh, at the same question, likely swimming inside our minds. Did something happen at school after I left? Is she having a bad day too? I'll try asking her about it later, I guess.
So, you guys go catch up with her. I'll go get us the food I promised.
But you'll miss it.
Didn't you say watching a movie without food ain't fun? It ain't like I haven't seen it. I made it, remember?
Did we say that? I don't ever remember saying that, but I guess we did at some point.
I'll be in there soon.
Okay, Zach. One friendly tap on my shoulder, and then he's gone. A few moviegoers are still milling about. Some are still waiting in line for tickets, but otherwise most of the crowd is already inside. There's nothing much for us to do here now. Not a word or protest comes from me when Ash gestures for the two of us to head inside.
And then?
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Are we talking through his movie?
Absolutely sure.
Somehow halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zach was the one who brought it up again. In his own movie's premiere. Now the film's just serving as a background noise while we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We'd all get kicked out for sure. Though, with how loud Ash's voice is, we'll probably get thrown out way before any argument happens. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I didn't know any better, I think we did something that offended her. Did we?
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know, but geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
He's not wrong.
Rose does the first floor tour.
Also, that's not really the first floor, is it? The first floor indicates the floor that you're on first. The ground floor is usually like the basement, isn't it? Or it's just the same thing. The second floor is usually the floor that's upstairs.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
Sometimes they are.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
How do you know there are no ghosts?
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
That's true, and then people just mess with it. Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Ermengardes to another. None of them bothered to live in it, though, and it remained that way up until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of that?
I didn't peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Shut your face, Ash. No one's talking to you. I mean, we are, but we aren't.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
The internet.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
It's better than nothing.
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
Oh, okay.
You do that?
Because you just casually have Ghostbusters on speed dial?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
Or you can shut your face, Ash. There are very few times in my life when I wish my glowers could kill. This is one of those.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
Thank you, Zach.
No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
I like how he's still Ashhole right now. Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. And can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one. But talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things, and probably put your fears to rest since This looks to be bothering you a lot.
Well, thank you for noticing. Ash might be right too. However, what Zack suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they don't believe me. They're only giving me these suggestions to put my mind at ease, but it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. I can take comfort in knowing they are willing to hear me out.
So, what do you think?
Don't ask me, don't make me
It's
choose.
your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
I don't know.
Making me choose between a priest and a professor. Who should I meet? Meet with the professor, meet with the priest. Huh. Well. Neither of those things sound perfect. We'll meet with the professor because he might be able to tell us some more stuff about things. Whereas the priest is sort of demon-based, I guess.
I'll think about it, but if ever, I'd like to give talking to Andrew a try.
Relationship update. Oh good, we didn't lose anything, but we did gain Ashton, which means Becca is going to hate us.
Is that okay? Won't he have other things to do?
He is a bit busy, but he'll make time for me. He's my go-to person when I'm stuck in something. He won't mind if I bring a friend with me this time.
If you're sure.
How often do you need to talk to him about things?
I guess that settles it then.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it. You're not even paying attention yourselves.
You know, that's the equivalent of when people want you to be quiet in the library and they go shh, which is louder than what you were initially doing anyways.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look, even if Ash is the only one who should be reprimanding. She should be reprimanding, but her attention is already back on the screen. She doesn't care what Ash does because she loves him so much. She's ignoring us again. When Becca's acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her. We really need to talk. We all fall into a comfortable silence after the kind you can only share with people you're most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter lays forgotten in my bag, if only for a few hours. Journal updated. Oh, look, even the people changed! And the lights look like they're lights! Ah, so happy. I love a good background. Okay, the journal. Timeline update. We gotta move over. Yep, here it is. Luxborn Independent Film and Theater Festival celebrated its 0th? What? What do you mean 0th? That's not a thing. Never mind, we'll just pretend that is a 10th year discovering new creative talents in the film industry. Included in the few showcased, there we go, this year was Zachary. That's a French word. Bleu something. Dark Times of the Black British. Isabel Santos, Ashton Bray, and Rebecca Gales were also seen amongst the crowd for its premiere. This writing is so much smaller than all the other writings. Night has fallen by the time we exit the movie house. Despite the late hour, the streets still bustle, being full of people, those about to head home, those set to meet someone, even those simply wandering about. Walking in the sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxembourg. I was afraid too. At one point, back when I was new and had just set foot in this place. Now with familiar faces walking with me, it feels like home. A little like home. Zach and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed to the other side of the street. The former claiming he's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends, and Ash? Who knows, he never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zach a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's a busy guy too, and in spite of his laid-back air he gives off.
Thanks for today, everyone!
No problem, Zach. I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
Nope, not going to do it.
Huh?
You can't make it, disembodied voice. Don't listen to the disembodied voice. A sensation. Cold sickening. Drowning. My chest tightening. Breathing becoming labored. I can taste blood in my mouth. The edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amidst the countless nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Pleading, even as I clench my eyes tight and clasp my hands over my ears. Whispering and whispering and whispering, calling out. Help me, please.
No, not me.
Somebody.
Isabella? Earth to Isabella?
At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps into place. The murmur's gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me in question.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Oh, yeah. Just... okay. Sorry, I spaced out.
You always do that.
Oh my goodness. I feel like she doesn't like us at all. I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street, where the voice came from, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Nothing. There are only Zach and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked her car. If I'm expecting to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks, a fear crawling at the pit of my stomach.
See you guys some other time.
Yeah, see ya!
Another glance, and with the final wave, we go off our own ways. I don't know what I saw. I don't know what I heard. I don't want to know. And if this is what would help me sleep tonight, what would give back that normalcy in my life, then so be it. October 22nd, Saturday. The darkness closes around me, grasping, pulling, engulfing me. The ground caves in, and without warning, I'm falling. This is exactly what I thought her room would look like. Although I'm kind of interested in who these people are. This is all of us. That's cool. Who are we with here? Oh, just leaving our underwear on the floor. TV's on. Cute. They have sheep here. My eyes snap open. For For an instant, it doesn't immediately register where I am. Both my back and shoulders ache after I've fallen asleep, all hunched up the night before. Drenched in sweat, the nest of pillows I often keep around me feel more suffocating than comforting. I let my eyes adjust to the bright morning light streaming through the windows and allow my breathing to slow down before untangling myself from the pile. I haven't had a single dream since coming to Luxembourg, at least none I can recall having. It's a shame because they used to be so vivid. Not crazy vivid, but the more pleasant kind I'll tell my siblings about. Maybe it's just the stress of living alone. The knowledge that I'll always wake up in the empty apartment with no one to tell stories to.
What time is it?
Habit forces me to look over at the clock, even with the soreness weighing heavy on my shoulders and the compulsion to never leave my bed for the day. In a heartbeat, I'm up.
Oh man, of all the times to oversleep! Towel! Towel! Where's my towel?
And I've been there. Admittedly, it's a weekend, as an unspoken rule that entitles me to extra hours of sleep. But if Rose didn't kill me yesterday, she sure as hell will now. And right after what happens, oh Lord, one box of donuts as a peace offering won't be enough the second time around. Grabbing my towel, I'm already a few short steps away from the bathroom when a muffled ringing breaks out from my bag. There's a moment of indecision. At first my mind conflicted with whether I should just ignore or answer it. What if it's Rose? Or worse, our boss? Ah, sheesh. In the end, the rational part of my brain wins out. The letter from yesterday peeks out when I pull out the device. Just the sight of it is enough to put me in a foul mood, and it takes every force of will for me to ignore it in favor of answering the call. The caller ID reads Mama.
Huh?
Around 4:45 p.m. in the Philippines right now.
That's an unusual time for them to call.
Usually it's around noontime here, and I'm the one calling, not the other way around. Better for them to use that money on something else than an international call. Regardless, in the most cheerful tone I can gather...
Hello?
Hello? Grace? How are you?
Our mother speaks wonderful English.
Mama! I'm doing okay. How are you guys over there?
We're good. EJ won a storytelling contest at school the other week. Brought home a medal. I thought you should know.
There's a tired look in her voice as she speaks. It's been there since Papa had to leave his job. I wish there's something I can do for her. But from miles away like this, the least I'm able to is not make her worry. If only my older brother would actually lend her a hand, but Lord knows if that'll ever happen. Odds are Kuya Jordan's already out drinking right now. Again. I can't count on my older sister either, knowing she has family of her own. And well, Ate Ann's financial situation isn't exactly great right now, having ran herself knee-deep in debt.
Great! That's great! Tell him congratulations from me. And let him know I'm gonna send him a little something extra this Christmas. How about Nico? Karen? Michael? I hope they're okay?
They're doing well. They wanted to talk to you, but they're all busy with school.
Oh no, that's fine. I don't want to bother them. Just tell them to keep doing their best for me. I'll just call back when I know they're not busy. And Papa? How's Papa doing?
It's a subject I'm a bit hesitant to broach. And the way Mama's voice hitches, she doesn't want to bring it up either.
Papa. Grace, he's having a little difficulty right now. Weak appetite, he's having trouble swallowing, and lost a few pounds. But the doctor said we should keep encouraging him. It just means his body's accepting his new treatment well.
Isn't he terminal? Didn't they say that? something like that.
The money you sent last time helped a lot to pay for it, by the way.
Oh, good.
Oh, I see. That's good.
I won't deny that life has gotten tougher for our family. It used to be easy back when Papa was in good shape. But ever since he was diagnosed with a sickness 5 years ago, he's been unable to provide for us. A sickness, a very vague sickness. It's in the journal, isn't it? Let me see. Journal. Profiles. Terminal illness. Although Mama makes a little accepting sewing and laundry jobs in our neighborhood, it's scarcely enough to cover the cost of day-to-day living, let alone bloating hospital bills. We can't even expect help from our own government because the health insurance there barely covers anything.
I'm sure he'll get better soon. Is he well enough to talk? Do you think I'll be able to speak to him, Ma?
Silence. I start to think the call got cut until...
Listen, Grace. Maybe it's better if we transfer Papa to a different hospital. Somewhere cheaper?
What? Why? Did something happen? Is it the deposit issue again? Give me the hospital's number. I'll talk to them.
Oh no.
No, it's nothing bad. The service here is good. Too good. Even the doctors. But I'm worried you're working yourself to the ground because of it.
Why, just because we only survive on ramen in a teeny tiny offer room?
Mama, we've been through this before. I want the best for Papa. And don't worry about the bills or the medicine, or me for that matter. I can handle myself. Everything's going well here. In fact, we're about to close a large sale.
Hopefully. If not, then I'll find another way. She doesn't need to know that. Sorry, Mama. You taught me not to lie. Yep, look at what I'm doing.
I'll have money to send over soon to cover the rest of Papa's treatment. And there's more than enough for Karen, Nico, Michael, and EJ's school tuition, too.
I thought there were 7 of us. She's the 3rd child among 7, yeah. Oh, those are... Oh, yeah, because the other 2 are the older ones. Got it.
Thank you so much, dear. I appreciate it. We all do. But I just wish you'd come home to us soon.
Ah. I can't speak... what's the Filipino language? Tagalog? Tagalog? It looks like Kailan Ka Ui. I apologize if I mispronounced anything. When are you coming home? EJ, the youngest, used to be the only person asking me that. How do you respond to a question you don't have a definite answer to? 5 years later, and I still can't give them a straight one. I smile, though Mama can't see it. I fight to keep my lips from quivering, my voice from shaking. She's got enough on her plate, as it is. No need to weigh her down with unnecessary concern.
Promise me you'll be there to welcome me when I do, okay?
Of course. I'm sorry, Grace. I need to take this for a while.
There's a small commotion on the other end. The sound of gates opening, the voice of a child. EJ, talking silently about his day at school, the tapping of feet on the floorboards as he runs. It's been years since I went home, but I can still picture the whole scene in my mind. How tall is he now? Are the neighborhood kids bullying him now I'm not around? Did Mama rearrange the furniture in the living room again? What are they having for dinner today? I miss them. I miss him so much.
It's okay, Ma. I need to go too. I've got work today. I'll call again soon, alright?
On a Saturday? Oh, never mind. Take care of yourself, dear. I love you.
Aww.
I love you. Bye.
Aww. Journal timeline. Okay. It ends with a soft click, leaving half-truths and empty promises hanging in the air. Timeline. October 22nd. Oh, look at that. Isabella received an unexpected call from her family back in the Philippines. An emotional moment, her mother informed her of her father's deteriorating condition despite treatment. Nonetheless, the young woman assured her and continued to work hard to be able to support all of them. Aww. Well, we'll see what happens with Rose at the house in the next episode. I'm Tia Cat. Have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon.